This is not opinion. This is not spin. This is not partisan editing. This is a compilation of documented, recorded, publicly reported rhetoric from Donald Trump's statements made at rallies, on television, in interviews, and across years of posts on social media. This is fact-based. This is verifiable. And the only thing that's changed over time is not what was said, but how used to it we've become. We're talking about a political figure who launched a presidential campaign by saying immigrants from Mexico were bringing drugs, bringing crime, and were rapists. Not implied, not misinterpreted. Said clearly, publicly, and repeatedly. We're talking about rhetoric where entire nations were dismissed as shithole countries, confirmed by multiple officials in the room even as it was denied in public statements, where American congresswomen were told to go back to countries they didn't come from, where a global pandemic was branded with phrases like China virus and Kung flu, fully aware of the cultural weight those words carry. We're talking about language that doesn't just criticize, it reduces, it labels, it strips complexity down to insult. We're talking about a man who, on tape, said grab him by the pussy. You can do anything, and then spent years publicly describing women as fat pigs, dogs, slobs, disgusting animals, saying a journalist had blood coming out of her wherever, mocking a woman's appearance on national television, calling a presidential opponent a nasty woman in front of millions of viewers. This is not one moment. This is a pattern of speech directed at women across years. We are talking about the public mocking of a disabled reporter, arms flailing, voice altered, captured on video and replayed across the world, followed by denial, not correction, denial. We are talking about a commander-in-chief who said of a prisoner of war, "I like people who weren't captured." We are talking about reported statements about fallen soldiers, being losers and suckers, statements denied. Yes, but reported by multiple sources, and never fully disappearing from the public record. We are talking about calling political opponents vermin, animals, human scum, deranged, low IQ, crazy, corrupt, traitors, the enemy from within, not once, not twice, over and over again. We're talking about labeling the press the enemy of the people, a phrase that carries a long and documented history far beyond American politics. We're talking about telling crowds to knock the crap out of protesters, saying I'd like to punch him in the face, offering to pay legal fees, not direct commands but signals. Signals that shift the tone of what feels acceptable in public life. We're talking about hundreds of nicknames, crooked,